Hello, welcome back to Cami Designs, and today I'm going to go over a provisional cast-on. This is one of my favorite cast-ons. I use this most often when I need to do something that I need to join the two ends together. So I use this a lot in my cowls or my infinity scarves, and this works good on garments and things of that like. Now, to start, I want to do a crocheted chain. Now to crochet a chain, I want to have more chains than I need stitches. So I want to do 15 provisional cast-on stitches. So what I do is I want to chain maybe 25, so I have 5 at each end. And a tip I was given was to tie a little knot in this end, so you know the start of your chain. So you want to crochet chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I said I wanted 15, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now that is how many stitches I need. So I want to do a few extra. So let's go 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We'll just do 25. That'll give us 5 stitches on each end to work with. Now, if you're not a crocheter and you don't have a crochet hook, and you want to learn to do this, I have a video on how to chain. And you can also, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can buy individual crochet hooks at Walmart, or the Dollar Tree also carries crochet hooks. And a rule of thumb I go for is, if I'm going to be working a project with, like this is a US 8 5mm, I want to go up a size in crochet hook, so it's not so tight when I have to work into this chain. And so what I do is then I cut my yarn here, and I want to just pull it through. I got a knot on there. This knot I will have to take off later, so you don't want it so tight, but I can pull it through. And this is yarn I've gotten from the Dollar Tree. It's a Premier Just Yarn worsted weighted. Now, to work my provisional cast on. Now, you want to use contrasting colors from your project. So that's why I'm using a orange chain and this pretty jade teal color for my project. Now, if you remember, I have 5 extra on each end, so I want to count in 5. And when you're crocheting, you work this V. That's when, for crochet, you're working this V usually. When you do a provisional cast on, you want to work from the back, which is this little hump. So I want to count in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to work into this stitch. So once again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I want to do is I want to pull up a loop. So leave myself a little tail here. And I want to pull up a loop. And I always have a hard time with the first one. And I want to hold it on here. So I'll sometimes hold it with my other hand and work it over like that, just to get that first stitch in to my crocheted chain. And now I want to hold it and go into my next loop. Yarn over. If I can get it here. Maybe I cannot get it. So let's start over here. See, sometimes it takes a little practice. And sometimes it's easier to use a crochet hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going into this loop. So I got my contrasting yarn here. And I want to pull through. And so then my chain is going to be working this way here. So I want to go into the next loop here and pull up a loop. And then once I get a couple loops started, I could bring back my knitting needle and just pull it tight. And so now I'm working with the chain going this way. So yarn over. Oops, I'm off screen here. Yeah. I promise you it gets easier than when I'm making it look. So yarn over, or through the hoop. There we go. There we go. And it helps if you're keeping a lot of tension on your yarn. And I'll sometimes even hold it so I can pull it through. You want to go through that hump. Okay. Let's see. So, go through this hump, yarn over, pull through. So go into that, yarn over, and you want to pull through. So I'm just not going to hold on to my yarn. I'll hold it onto this hand. And pull through. And since I have 5 extra stitches on here, I need to make sure I leave 5 stitches. Now if you still want to use the crochet hook, you find that easier to go into the hump here, like that, and pull a loop through, and then you just pull it bigger if you want, and then put it on your knitting needle and pull it tight. But once you get the hang of working this, and it's going to be difficult the first couple times you do it, especially in your working chain. You can lose where you're at. It can be difficult. Make sure you're not turning your chain. But you just want to go, let's see, make sure I have 5 at the end here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only have 2 more to go. There. So that is how I do a provisional cast on. Now, this just stays here. Just like this, hanging there. And then what I do then is you just go in and you knit your project like you would. Anyway, you follow your pattern. So say I had to knit. So I would just knit like I would any other project. You just did a cast on differently. And then you will take this crocheted chain out when you are at the end of your project or need to join your two ends together, because those are holding live stitches. So you do not want to pull that crocheted chain out, because those are live stitches and your pattern can unravel. This one's really loose, so I want to make sure to keep it pulled tight here. Like that. And then there is your start of your provisional cast on in your first row. Now when you get all done, you're going to want to have to pick up these live stitches. And to do that, you're going to have to go into each loop on here. And I could show you that in a future video. We will be working off of this to show you other stitches, and then when we get done, I will show you how to graft on and pick up these live stitches. But that is the start of a provisional cast on. It's not hard once you get used to it. It took me a while. It still takes me a little while to get the start of it done. But it looks really nice to have a finished edge with a provisional cast on. It makes it look seamless. If you have any questions or comments, or maybe tips even, please leave a message below and I will try to respond as soon as I can. And if you like this video, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And remember, once I reach 2,000 subscribers, I will start giving away free patterns of my own design on Ravelry. So, I hope that you will subscribe. And have a great day. Thanks. Bye.